Hi Alex, first things first, how are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty excited about this.
The two Harrys, not very happy. They all tried to pull out the stops today, and then they said he turns up with a backless top.
But I mean, come on, Harris wearing a leather kilt. Like, come on, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good outfit.
It's hard to compete with Alex, to be honest. And yeah, I thought that tonight I'd raise my game, but he somehow has managed to clinch it. So I'll give it to him.
I know, well, Alex always does this to us, you know, like we're all coming up with our own ideas. He gives us no clue as to what he's up to. And yet he comes out, you know, okay, guys. No, it's wonderful. I love it. It's always a joy turning up to these events and, you know, we're trying to work out what Alex is up to.
So online today, I asked people, okay, this film, what are you saying? Are you ready? These are some of the thoughts. It's a rom-com. Word has been going around that Alexander accepts no safe words. Okay, Uncle Vernon, Aunt Petulia would absolutely hate this. And then strange, beautiful, and sexy as hell. How does that feel?
It feels like a bit of a head fuck to hear like Aunt Petunia and Uncle Vernon would hate this. I don't know, give them some credit. They're open, well, they're not open-minded, but it feels amazing. I mean, like, I'm so glad that audiences are engaging with the film on both like a fun level and on a level where some people are recognizing bits of themselves in the film. It's sort of a big part of the reason I make films is to try and like connect with people on subject matter which maybe isn't put into the mainstream very often.
How does it feel to actually be here? And oh my God, this red carpet, the energy.
Yeah, I mean it's wild. I was on the mentorship scheme 8 years ago at the LFF, so to be here with my own film, it feels like truly something which I imagined 8 years ago as a pipe dream, and it's very surreal. But I'm just so happy in a sort of slightly Miss America way to be here with like everyone who really like worked their butt off to get this film made with very little money. It's like a joy to then have this big platform for quite a niche subject matter.
Congratulations, it's bold. And I keep telling everyone, don't read the synopsis, just go when it's released and just sit there and watch it because it's like nothing you've seen before. It is a love story, but it's intense and there's a lot of sex scenes.
Yeah.
How did you prepare? Like Harry said to me, you just read the script and the two of you were like, let's go.
Yeah, that was pretty much it, really, to be honest. We did have this amazing intimacy coordinator there who was wonderful, but you know, not in terms of like the sort of, just in terms of choreography, really. Yeah. Just like that arm goes there, and that was useful. But what was so good about the sex in this movie, I think, when I read it and when we did it, is that it always felt like it was moving the narrative along. It wasn't like a pause in the story to have a sexy moment. It was very much pushing their journey together, pushing it forward.
When I heard, like, I read a sentence about the screenplay, and that piqued my curiosity because it just felt like a movie I hadn't seen before. This like wallflower who goes on a date with a biker and then gets like swept off his feet and gets kind of invited into this biker gang. And then when I started reading it, it was surprisingly funny and sweet and tender. And yes, it is like graphic and sexy, but I think Harry lightened too many Harrys on this project, but our director, writer, balanced it beautifully, where he didn't shy away from the graphic moments, the orgies, the big sex scenes, but he also never felt like it was gratuitous. He didn't feel like it was like he did it to shock and get attention. I think he balanced it beautifully, and he kept it weird and awkward even during like sex scenes, and it just made it feel like, I don't know, real. And
Hey, did you ever think that kid that started acting would end up being submissive, being told what to do in a film by Alexander Skarsgård?
I wouldn't put it past him, to be honest. I think, you know, I've always, from a very young age, I always knew I wanted to act, and like the thing I loved about acting was just the different opportunities that can come your way, and so I was always open to new ideas, new stories, and this just felt like such an opportunity to tell such a wonderfully rich story that Harry, the director, not myself, wrote. And so I was game from day dot, really.
Congratulations. I think literally you will not be able to take your eyes off this film. These two guys, they are so unexpected to imagine them being together, but it works. The chemistry is amazing, but there was a lot required of them. What were the conversations like when you sat down and said, guys, we're going to do duh, 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 duh?
You know what? I didn't really. I sent them both the script, and they both very quickly, after a conversation with me, said yes. And then they didn't meet until the day before we shot, where they met for a wrestling rehearsal. So there was no chatter. They just both wanted to get on with it, and the chemistry was built in the moment, and I love that.